happy weekend to you wherever you are right now. It's still Jinsei Matters with Roy, and I'm so happy to be here again this wonderful weekend to have this practical and interesting discussion. And guys, as you can see, I am not the only one here. I have this wonderful and amazing couple here with me. They have always been supportive and wow. I really, really look forward to the conversation today, guys. Join me in welcoming this amazing couple, Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Bolaji. Thank you very much, Sir and Ma, for another opportunity to have you with us on the platform today. Please kindly introduce yourself, especially for the sake of people watching us for the first time and people who don't even know you. Introduce yourself and tell us any other thing you would like us to know about you, Sir and Ma.
Thank you, our host. It's an opportunity to be here once again. My name is Fola, and here is Bumi, and we are both residing in Boston, Massachusetts. We thank God for this opportunity, and we are both computer scientists, so we are both growing in the Lord and doing well. And we are trusting God that we have opportunity to relate more with our friends all over the world. Thank you.
Wow,
Thank
thank
you.
you so thank you so much for that brief introduction, sir. And guys, as you can see from the flyer, today we have an interesting discussion. So if you can see us clearly and you can hear our voices, just tell your friends, share this video out to them, tell them that we are live already. And for as many people that can benefit greatly from this discussion, don't hesitate to share this video with them, your colleagues at work, your friends, your siblings, your brothers and sisters in the church, wherever it is. Share this video with them so that they can as well benefit greatly from the conversation. So today we'll be discussing on this important topic: is love enough to sustain a marriage? Guys, I've had several conversations like this where people, like couples, talk about this. Like, do you think love is enough to sustain a marriage? Sometimes some people are even like, oh, she doesn't know anything yet. They are like, oh, she thinks that love is enough. I mean, people that are even just preparing to get married, and the married ones are saying this to them that, do you think love is enough to sustain a marriage? Okay, you get in and you see things for yourself. And this is one of the reasons why this discussion is actually coming up today. Let's actually look at it. Is it enough to sustain a marriage, or are there some other things that we should actually look forward to, or things that we should actually do or in addition to the feelings, the love that we have for each other to sustain our marriages? But firstly, I would like us to look at what really is love in the context of marriage. Maybe we'll start with that. Bro Fala wants to go first, or Sister Bumi first?
Yeah, let me start because the topic is really interesting. Is love enough? And I want to start from what I've also heard in time past and what I've seen playing out. We need, first of all, to get the definition of love right. I've heard speakers said that love, the word love, is the most misused words in the whole world. Some people think they are in love, but actually they are not in love. Some people, it's easy to say, I love you. And people don't mean it. It's not even coming from their heart.
Hmm.
So love means a lot to different people, depending on the usage, depending on the context, depending on the person that is using it, depending on different factors. So, but if you are to talk about love from the Bible says perfect love casts away fears. There is no fear in love because perfect love casts away fear. And the Bible says love covers a multitude of sin.
Yes.
And the main definition, main attribute of love can be found in First Corinthians chapter 13, which is talking about love and love and love and love and love. And that there are many attributes. One of them is love is not self seeking. So the kind of love that is being practiced generally in the world now is usually self seeking. You may say you love somebody, but you love the person because of the benefits that you are currently deriving or that you think you want to derive over time. So when the benefits are no longer coming, then your love begins to grow dim. Then that is not true love. So love is actually misused. But I will allow my wife to also say something on love from another opinion, from another viewpoint.
Okay. Um, this topic is actually very interesting because the foundation of it is understanding the definition of love, and it's very tough to do that, especially with all the misconceptions that are outside there. Because like he said, when he was talking, he used like two adjectives for love: perfect love, true love. And by the time we begin to put adjectives, it just suggests that there are a lot of misconceptions around it. And I believe that it didn't start now. It's been in existence since. That's why writers had to like put those qualifiers for the kind of love they are talking about. Like in this context, I'm talking about true love. In this context, I'm talking about perfect love. So there's a lot of misconceptions around it, and that is why it's a little bit difficult to talk about it. But if it is just about looking at novels or looking at common literature or common discussions where people say, "Oh, I love you, baby, I love you," in most cases they're actually talking about liking the person. Now I try to look at this from psychology books, because I was just like, let's leave the Bible, because if we talk about the Bible, then love is beyond natural, in quotes. Like, it is not um something that is naturally there, or a natural inclination, because we have said it here before too, that a natural human seek it for itself first. We are naturally selfish, but one of the characteristics of love is that it is not selfish at all. It seeks others, it seeks better for others. So if we remove the Bible, I try to find, like in common human psychology books, how do they define love? And I was shocked to see that one of the major difference between like and love is, when you like, it's about is what you like in the other person. It is more about you than them. But when you love, it is more about them
Them than
than
you.
you. So that's a strong differentiation. And I found that in psychology, not even the Bible. So if psychologists themselves believe that when you talk love, it's about the other person, not you, then I think we talk it too wrong too many times. Because in most cases, we are just talking about what we like, not what we love. And so when we are talking to another person and we tell them, I love you, it's usually, I like you, not really, I love you. So,
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Interesting. So that means in the context of marriage, when one partner is telling the other, "Oh, I love you," so it actually means it's all about you and not about me.
Correct. Correct.
Talking from
absolutely.
the from from Stapomin's viewpoint.
That is how
Wow.
it should.
So so now let's talk about some of these misconceptions people have about love not being enough to sustain marriages. Like,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah, give
over
us.
to you, sir.
No, because I just want to give us
Yeah,
context. So we will not
yeah,
be often.
yeah. Because I discovered when you were actually explaining, when Profala was explaining what love is in the context of marriage, he actually said some of the, because we already started discussing some of these misconceptions, and that's why I said let's just dive into that right away. Some of the misconceptions people have about love not being enough to sustain marriages.
So I think we have talked about the fact that people are already they are not defining love correctly.
Mhm.
Like there are a lot of there are a lot of misconception, and there are a lot of misunderstanding about the word love itself. So if you are going to put love in the correct perspective and in the correct definition and application, then love should be fine and should be enough for marriage. But if we need to come down to the reality of our generation and what people generally believe to be love, then let's address it from that perspective.
Maybe we should use your definition. True love.
Yeah.
Let's use maybe true love and perfect love and say love as is.
Love. Okay, so let's talk about love as is, because love as is currently misconceived and is usually believed to be, oh, if it's working, if getting something positive from the other party, then I love her, I love him.
But really,
Yes.
what are those things that, like, what are those challenges? What are those? Can we share some situations that actually pushes people to, or make them feel love is not enough? I've been in this marriage, maybe something happened with the in-laws, with the husband, with the wife, and the other partner is feeling, wow, I thought
Yeah,
love alone is enough. But now I'm realizing, wow, there are
yeah,
other things I should do.
yeah. So
So
okay,
let's talk
let me
about
ask you
these
first, and then I will
situations.
have. Okay.
Okay. If someone had asked me, because I've also said it severally too, that is love enough in marriage, I'll be like, no, you're making a mistake. Like, love alone is not enough. And in this case, like I said, I'm talking about love versus love wanting thing, which is the emotion part of the love. Like, oh, like this gish 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 chin. I just like this person. Butterfly is flying inside my belly. And the reason why I say that is because, like I said, the perfect love or true love or what love really means is not absolutely natural. And I come from the point of view of saying, even your love wanting thing, first of all, know that if you are entering a marriage, it is a decision. Because if it is just about the emotions, it's not going to go anywhere. First of all, emotion is temporal because it's about you, right? Emotions are controlled by hormones. It's about you. So, take for example, um, there is something that, let me use a nursing mother for example. Now you have carried baby, breastfed, done this and that. There's an action of, if at that time that I want to like just rest and my husband comes and just touch my back, at that moment it looks more like there's needle in the person's hand, because at that time it's like, excuse me, have been touched out, have had too many touches, like I've been touched out. At that point I'm not like looking for touch. Now in that situation the emotion is gone, because at that time it is not the butterfly thing again, it's about reality. And like he said, realistic, like let's be real. I am tired. I'm not even like thinking about you now, I'm thinking about myself, spending time in a good sleep. So now, at that moment, like I said, love is an action. Love is a decision of, this is my person. This is the person that is for me. And that is when we examine it. Now, I've talked about the emotion part. Another part is, if it is just about the emotions, um, different things can affect us. You see some other people that you really like, and you just like them because you don't know them. But the person you know, you have seen them finish. There's nothing new again. So it's like an accomplished, like, what is he going to do? I know
Mission
my husband, I
accomplished.
know my wife. There is nothing new again. So for a newness, for somebody you don't know, something might just be attractive or something very cool, until you know. That is when you realize that, no, this is not my person in any way. I was just attracted to just not knowing them. So in that aspect, I'll say that love alone is not enough, because you have situations that you have to be real to yourself and be real to your spouse. There will be things that you did not plan for in the relationship. God forbid. one person should have a fatal illness. God forbid you have a child that is not developing properly. God forbid both of you lose your job or the husband loses his job. There are just so many unforeseen circumstances that can happen in the in the life of the relationship, which is not a day or 2 or 3 months or 5 months. It's a lifelong relationship till death do us part. So the emotions cannot hold you together. It is the decision, the transformation that happens in you, which I talk about, like realistically facing your situation now and reminding yourself that it's not about me, it's about this person that is going to help you in that situation. So, is love enough? If it's about emotions, no. But if it is true love, a love that is based on the understanding of what love is, which is about the other person and not you, then love is enough.
So I want to add to it this way that we should not mistake love for infatuation. And what we have people displaying this day is more of affection, like my wife said, emotional emotional connectivity. Like, we are all emotional beings. And there are so many times that we can be attracted to certain things in another person. Usually, that may be a gateway to love, but attraction itself is not love. So when we get to the level of marriage and we are saying that, okay, I'm getting married to this person because I love her, because I love him, it's indirectly saying I'm ready to sacrifice my life for this person. I'm ready to put all my eggs in one basket. That we are joining our hearts, joining our minds, joining our life, joining our materials, joining our income, joining our finances, joining our health together. So we have taken it far beyond attraction, beyond just emotional connectivity, beyond just affection. We are now taking a step, a bold step of commitment that I'm showing my love to this person by joining him or her in marriage and saying that I'm ready to sacrifice my life, whatever it takes. So that's the reason you hear in marriage it says for better or for worse.
Yeah, but
Now,
now this
the
generation will say for better, for better, for better, for richer, for richer.
so they don't want the worst part. So life happens to people. Different things can happen because we are all growing. We are all growing into maturity. We are all learning, and we are all facing different challenges per time. So when people get into marriage, when they have not understood the fact that love is about sacrifice, love is about giving yourself to other people, then it cannot sustain their marriage. Because at some point, certain things will begin to come up that will require you to put the other person first, beyond your emotion, beyond your feeling, beyond your ability. Now, the problem is affections, emotional connectivity, and all of those things, they have elastic limits. There is a situation that, oh, I can't take this anymore. This is going too far. Oh, the in-law are going too far. Oh, the way she said that thing. No, 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 no. Ah, the way he's reacting this day. No, I can't take this anymore. Then that is where love needs to be nurtured. That is where you need to come back to the fact that did I actually commit to sacrifice my life for this person? So that is where those questions need to begin to come up in everybody's heart if marriage is going to be sustained. But love can sustain a marriage. That does not eradicate the fact that you need to put in work, you need to put in communication, you need to do right thing to nurture the love. If the love is not nurtured, then the love will die, and then there'll be problem.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir. I was about asking that question, but Brofola just said a bit of he just touched on the question I wanted to ask next. Yeah, like Brofola shared, love is actually the gateway. It is like the fire that ignites uh the
Like the
relationship.
affection is a gateway to
Yeah,
love.
exactly. The attraction, the affection, like that love is the connection. It is what
Yeah.
brings the both partners together, the husband and the wife. That is the love that brings them together. For how long will this evolve? How long will the love evolve before you start realizing, oh, I need extra work, the communication, and that leads me to the next question. Like, what are those extra things, those other things that people should actually look forward to beyond the love? Like I said at the beginning of this conversation, like, okay, I had I had a conversation between two married people, and they were trying to talk about a friend who is about to get married. And they were like, oh, she doesn't know that love is not enough. All this, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, she will soon realize. So now, what are those things? What are those other factors? Thank you very much. We're getting some shout outs from our viewers. Thank you very much, Ma. Yeah, so uh Mrs. Kresh Adewala, thank you very much for joining us on the show. Thank you very much, Mrs. Binta, for joining us on the show. Really appreciate it. Okay, so yeah, the next question now is, what are those other things? The communication, the teamwork, and those other factors people should look forward to before getting into marriage. Don't just think, oh, after all, I love this guy and that is enough. I love this woman and that is enough. So you don't get surprised, you don't get the shock of your life. By the time you enter the marriage, I is like, oh, I'm so tired. I have loved. I thought I loved this guy, but like Brofola said, you will reach your elastic limits. So, what are those things that will now help you, that will bring you back to the first love you had for this other, for your partner?
You want to go first? So let me come from the definition we have been talking about love. Actually, like my wife said the other time, we were all naturally selfish and created to think about ourselves first. The only being, or how do I describe God now, is the one who is not, who thinks about us much more than we think about ourselves. And if we want to truly love and show that love, then we need strength from Him, because we are talking about sacrifice. Sacrifice is not easy. It's not easy to part with something that is precious to you. It's not easy to part with your life. It's not easy to part with your freedom. So let me put it this way. I've I love giving this kind of analogy to some of my close brothers and sisters. Marriage itself is, I want you to envision three cells that will contain three alphabets. Each cell can only contain one alphabet. So having like A in cell 1, B in cell 2, C in cell 3. So we have A and B wanting to join together to become C, so that they can stay in the cell of C. That is marriage. Like 1 plus 1 equal to 1. That two people joining together to become one. That is marriage. Now, what we are having this day are people that want to remain, A and B wants to marry, but they still want to become, they want to remain A and B, and they want to fit in into a single cell. Then there'll be a lot of frictions, a lot of struggles, and these are been the problem majorly. So if we are talking about lasting marriage, one thing that people need to do is to get themselves educated. You need to be educated about what marriage is all about, what is involved, what are people passing through, what are the challenges that people are facing. So as human being, we need to face the reality that if I'm saying I love this person, I need to begin to forget about myself gradually, so that while he is also forgetting himself gradually, we can both form a relationship and become one and begin to have single focus. So we are having people that want to get married and they don't want to join their income. We are having people that want to get married and they don't want to join their ambition. This one still wants to be chasing his ambition. That one wants to be chasing our ambition. It's fine, but there's always a melting point. There is always a place of connectivity and agreement to say, okay, because we have this love and we are building this single alphabet C, then let this one go for this. Let that other one go for this, so that we'll be able to achieve what we want to achieve. So that is what I believe people need to begin to realize these days, that there are things that has to be sacrificed in the name of love. There are things that has to be accepted in the name of love. And if we are able to get to that point, then we have a lot of peaceful marriages.
Okay. I want to add that whether you are already in marriage and you don't understand fully the definition of love, or it is love one thing that is driving your relationship with someone and you're in courtship, I think that if there will be like specifics to add, I would say whatever love you have at the moment, try to read First Corinthians 13 4 to 7. I think it should be 4 to
Even the
7.
whole of First Corinthians
Yes.
13.
And just look at those features one after the other and engage yourself behind it. And just read that a lot. Because when you read that a lot, when your natural self is coming up, it will be able to guide you. I know that sometimes I used to joke with my husband, like when he does something, I'll be like, then go, you're older. I'll be like, assuming you're a small boy now, I would have taken care and beat you. And all of those kind of things. But when the emotions are fading away, when your natural self wants to take action, those words will come back. You will just remember, like when you begin to say, oh, something, you don't even care about me. And it will remind you that love does not seek itself. Because when I'm saying my husband does not care about me, it is about me. It isn't about him. So when those words start coming back, it will help you each time to make right decisions. And whether you're a Christian or not Christian or something, please be in relationships with people that fear God. At least that they fear one being, that there is somebody beyond them that
That
they
you
know,
respect.
that they fear. Look for, like, be in a relationship with somebody that fears God. The Bible says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Wisdom.
It makes us wise, oh, when we fear God. um there are several versions in the book of Proverbs. I like, it talks about the fear of God and how that helps us. And let your partner have somebody that they fear and respect. Somebody at least that you know that if I talk to this person, they can help us. Because sometimes you just need that external person to redirect you and make you remember that this is not how, like,
This is not
when you have
love.
committed to marriage, this is what love means. Because it is not only you that you are in this boat. So fear God, fear man too. Like, there should be, like, anybody that will say, there is nobody he fears, or there's nobody she fears, that's a dangerous person. Oh. Like, there must be also fear of man. Let that person also, like, fear somebody that they
The
respect, or
respect, yeah.
maybe fear is not the right word, but respect somebody they respect,
That can
someone
call them
that
to
can
order
call
or
them to
caution
order
them.
or caution them. And talk communication, like, if you just meditate a lot on First Corinthians 13, the attributes of love, I think it's going to help in your relationship. It comes back often when you need it.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir and ma. I've often heard several times that love is hard work, marriage is hard work. Marriage is hard work. So, how do we see marriage as being hard work, and what are those things? Can communication, can trying to like sacrifice, like trying to make marriage a teamwork, can it actually soften marriage, or maybe not even soften it, or make it a bit less of hard work?
So
why
It's
people
hard
are
work.
not marrying now
Yeah. So
because they think
yeah.
it is
So
just friendship,
yeah,
really.
friendship, and people don't want to take responsibility. People want to be free and do whatever they like. That's the reason why they don't want to commit to marriage. So marriage is hard work. Life itself is hard work. Let's be sincere with ourselves. If you want to become somebody meaningful in life, if you want to enjoy your life, you need to put in a lot of hard work. So marriage is hard work, raising kids is hard work, becoming who you want to be is hard work, going to school is hard
Everything.
work.
Everything
Hmm.
is hard work.
Right.
Choose
Because
the hard work.
before you become who is marriageable, there is a lot of hard work that have gone into your personality. Your parents have put in hard work, your relatives have put in hard work. You yourself, you woke up every morning to go to school, to read, to study, to sit for exams, to sit for tests, to sit for quizzes. It's a lot of hard work. So if we say we are running away from hard work, then we may not be sincere with ourselves. Marriage should be
Sorry.
enjoyable.
So anyone who wants to get married must be ready to do the hard work, must be ready to put in the
Really.
hard work.
So now let me now come from this side. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes 4:9 that two are better than one.
Hmm.
Why? They have great reward for their labors. So if I'm working hard, trying to be good, to enjoy myself, I have a reward. If she's working hard, trying to be good and enjoy herself, she has a reward. But if we both combine, we now have greater reward. We have multiplier effect. So people that are not married, people that are not having partners, the Bible says woe is unto them. Because they can be ruined anytime. Anytime. That's what the scripture says in Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Say, woe to him that is alone. So the reality is, the Bible says, God even saw Adam and said, it's not good for a man to be alone. So there is greater reward when people come together. People coming together to form a marriage, a marital relationship is not easy because we have all grown to become who we are trying to be before we got together. Then it now begins to call for sacrifice. It now begins to call for letting go of your safe zone, because most of us want to remain in our safe zone. But go out, enjoy life, enjoy marriage. Marriage should not be endured. Marriage should be enjoyed. There is a way by which you can channel your energy and you make it enjoyable for yourself. You catch fun in it. We have been in circumstances before that we have cars, we can ride cars here and there and things like that to enjoy it. And there have been a situation that we don't have any single car, that we just have to be going by commercial means of transportation. And even inside of it, we enjoy it. We are taking pictures, we are laughing, we are smiling, playing in the commercial means of transport. So it depends on the mindset. If you have the mindset that I'm getting married to this person, I will make this person a better person. I've invested in my life. I will use that investment to make him or her a better person. And she's also having that same mindset that, oh, I'm marrying him. He will never regret that he found somebody like me. When those two people are making up their mind to do that, I'm telling you, marriage will become a bliss. Even in the hard work, they are laboring and they are enjoying the reward. There's always a reward for that hard work. Don't run away from the hard work of sustaining your marriage.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir. We have a comment from Brolika. Says love is a relative word that people look at different perspectives. But in
Yeah.
practical sense, love is not enough for the sustainability of marriage. It requires being sensitive to your spouse's emotional needs, respect, perseverance, forgiveness, patience, teamwork, trustworthiness, fearful, and commitment to each other. Wow, thank you so much for that contribution, sir.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
stop me. Let's hear from you, ma.
Okay, I heard someone said something recently, and it touched me. The person said, "I think it was even a conversation around immigration and stuff like that." And the person said, "Well, everywhere is tough, everywhere is hard. Choose your hard,
Choose your
Yeah.
heart.
choose
Yes.
your heart." So commitment to somebody else in a relationship might be like it's it's um it's tough. Let me say that. Well, though I really don't like the hard, like it's not really people who just get scared and overthink about marriage. Like
Yeah.
it's a relationship, it's a friendship, and some people say it's tough. Now they don't want to get married and they are cohabiting to
Mm-hmm.
save cost on rent, or at the end of the day you say which one is tough. Some people they don't want to get married, they say it's tough, and they are calling one another
Every
every day,
day.
talking hours, and you'll be like, is it not even better for you to come together? So choose your tough, really. It's also easy. Like I see some people now, they chose single, their dog mothers or cat parents. It is still a commitment to something. There is still a tough. So, like he said, even existing, living life is like
It's not
is
easy.
is not easy. Like
It's not
it's
for the
not that.
lazy
Yeah,
person.
it's not for the lazy person. It's not that you just even people who are not working at all. The life of begging and pleading to be fed or
Telling
something
you.
is tough. So the thing
Very
is, you
tough.
choose
Your
you
thought.
choose your tough. You choose your investments. Choose your tough. Choose make the choice.
Well, thank you so much, Ma. So, guys, as we have all heard from this conversation, anybody willing and ready to get married should count his costs. Are you ready to get responsible for your partner? It is not marriage is not just a is not a playful journey. It's a journey of commitment. It's a journey of sacrifice, like Brofala said. It's a journey where you are ready to take responsibility for not just yourself, but for your partner. And by the time kids start coming in, then you now realize, wow, your responsibilities become more than before. And like bro Lincoln said, that it takes perseverance. It demands patience. The time your husband looks at your face like, was this the woman I got married to 5 years ago? Was this the same man I got married to 7 years ago? What has changed? What happened? The elastic limit. all these things, all these things will happen. It will take place. But the thing is, the love that you have for that person, may, like Bro Fala said, it might not be enough. It might not be enough if you are not ready to do the tough. Like Sister Bumi said, if you are not ready to put in the toughness, no, I just must make this marriage work. Okay, do I need patience? I'm ready to be patient. Do I need to persevere? I'm ready to persevere. Do I need respect? Do I need what else do I need? I am ready to just make this marriage work because marriage itself is work. Wow, this has been an interesting conversation. And on this note, we drawing this conversation to a close. But before then, let's talk about our takeaways. Takeaway for the week. Over to you, Bravola sister Bumi. Something to take home with for
Okay.
all our viewers out there.
So for the take home, I want to say that because everybody has their elastic limit, they have their breaking point. Don't wait until you get to the breaking point before you seek help to rejuvenate your love, to nurture your love, to retreat your love. Don't wait till that time. When you discover that you are getting close or something is stretching you or overstretching you, then speak out, reach out to people that can help. Then your love will be renewed and the marriage will become stronger.
Wow.
My takeaway will be, if you are not married, if you're single, before you say I love you, think about it. If you're in marriage, say I love you often until it becomes your reality.
Wow. 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 Stop me take home is really, really how do I put it? Keep saying it until it becomes a reality.
Yeah.
Like she just reminded me of the beginning of this conversation. Like she said, people just say I love you. Just not from their heart. Just for saying for the sake of saying it. But now She's telling us that keep saying it until it becomes a reality. It is part of the work. Because saying I love you, I love you, I love you until it becomes a reality, you have to be intentional. You have to do it intentionally. Thank you very much, sir and ma, for this. For joining us today again. Really appreciate your time and your support always. And to all our viewers out there, I'm very sure you must have picked one thing or the other from this conversation. Don't be selfish about it. Share it with others around you, your friends, your colleagues at work, your siblings, whoever they are. Let them also benefit greatly from this conversation. And together, we can build healthy marriages. And on this note, we'll be bringing this conversation to a close. Till we come your way again, it's still Jinsei Matters with Roy. Stay blessed and happy new month in advance. Bye,
Thank
guys. Jinsei Matters on Jinsei Matters. It's Jinsei Matters. Yeah, it's still Jinsei Matters with Roy. It's still Jinsei Matters with Roy. Right now, it's Jinsei Matters. Come back to Jinsei Matters on Jinsei Matters. It's Jinsei Matters. Yeah, it's still Jinsei Matters with Roy. It's still Jinsei Matters with Roy.